If you're drowning in debt and just don't know where to turn, help is available. Attorney Diana Long will help you get your financial situation resolved.
I'm Attorney Diana Long. I'm dedicated to helping hardworking folks just like you. Bankruptcy protection can help you get your financial life back in order, and I can show you how. If you're ready to stop the harassing phone calls and letters, I can help. Call me in Columbia at 442-8123 to schedule your free, no-obligation consultation.
Good morning and welcome to Radio Friends on this Monday, February the 22nd. 27th. This is 27th. We got two topics today. We're going to talk about immunization with children, and also Diana Moxon, Columbia Art League, is here. Let's start, first of all, with Dr. Michael Cooperstock. Welcome to Radio Friends, Doctor.
Thank you.
MU Healthcare Infection Control. And we wanted to talk about immunization in children. How important is that?
I would say it is very important, and it's a good subject to be talking about right now, because this month the Missouri Academy of Pediatrics, which is the organization for pediatricians statewide, has wanted us to realize they wanted to call this a special period for promoting immunization for children. And the reason for doing that is that there's a small group of people who have been very adamantly opposed to childhood immunization. They thoroughly believe there's something bad about it, something sinister, that people are somehow colluding to do this for the purposes of making money or something of that sort.
I was reading a story in the paper, it was either last week or the week before, that some parents are choosing to opt out of immunization for their kids. Now, is there a state law that allows this? Or is there a law that says that your child has to be immunized?
Well, we do have laws that require immunization for entry to school. So children by age 5 have to meet a whole set of immunization requirements. And that works very well, but it doesn't.
Are parents able to opt out of that for personal reasons?
Only until that time, unless they're homeschooling. There may be some ways out of that, but it's not really a very good idea.
Right. Why do you feel that some people think they don't want to have their kids inoculated?
Paul, I wish I really understood that answer to that question. It's been something that's bothered me for decades now. Because clearly, if you go by what is known scientifically about immunizations for children, what we really truly know on the basis of fact, as opposed to hearsay or somebody's opinion come from odd places, is that these vaccines are very, very safe, and the diseases they're preventing can be very, very serious. And even now that most of the vaccine diseases that we're immunizing against have sort of faded away because of vaccines, the need is still there. These diseases, for the most part, are still out there waiting to make a comeback, and they have done that in several places in the world.
Do we even inoculate for smallpox anymore?
No, it's no longer necessary. Smallpox is gone.
Yes,
that's
I remember,
one of the great
and because
achievements.
of that, because of all of our vaccinations. But I remember as a kid, anybody my age or older had the smallpox vaccination where they scratched your arm with the needle, right?
It was a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
Because we took a disease that was lethal and literally wiped it off the face of the earth. This is what vaccines can do.
So it does not exist.
We'd love to do that with some other diseases. The World Health Organization has been working on doing this with polio for a long time, and it's been very tough nut to crack. We're almost there, and then there's a relapse. And some general running some country decides he's not going to do it in his country, and back it comes. And that's the story that I really want to emphasize with you, is that as soon as we start backing off on things like whooping cough vaccine and measles vaccine and some of these others, these diseases start roaring back, and they can cause real trouble. And generally speaking, the younger the child, the worse they are.
For more information, people can contact your office or MU Healthcare.
Absolutely. You can look for us on the website. If you're interested specifically in good information about vaccines, you can go to AAP.org, American Academy of Pediatrics.org. Look under immunizations, and there's some wonderful discussions for parents about these exact issues.
Dr. Michael Cooperstock, thank you so much for coming by, and it's good to see you once again.
Likewise, I'm sure.
Good talking to you. Now, we've got Diana Moxon, Columbia Art League over here. Good to have you here. What are we dealing with today?
We have a brand new show opening tomorrow, so this is very timely.
Tomorrow, February 28th.
February the 28th. It's a new show. It's called Eat Me. It's a show about food. Eat Me.
Eat Me, okay.
You know, that's a lovely passage in the Alice in Wonderland book where she eats the cake with a little currants on it and it says Eat Me. So it's a show about food and our relationship with food. It could be still lifes. It could be talking about our societal imagery of food. And that opens tomorrow, Eat Me. And the reception is on Wednesday evening from 6 till 8. That's February the 29th. We will have food and art featuring food. But then as part of the show on April the 5th, we're having a special fundraising event called Let Them Eat Art. And we're inviting 10 local chefs to come to the show and choose an artwork as an inspiration for a tapas-style platter of food. So it'll be food inspired by the art that's in the show. And tickets for that are going to be $25 per person or $45 for two. And all of the funds raised will support the Columbia Art League programming. And that's on Thursday, April the 5th.
Boy, you've got something going. Every time I talk to you, you have something new
coming
out.
Yeah, we don't sit still.
So the show that opens tomorrow, how long is that running?
That's going to run until April the 20-something, 21st, 22nd.
So how many different pieces of artwork will you have?
We'll probably have around 80. By the time we've hung it up, we're hanging it today, so it'll be all up tomorrow morning on Tuesday, and then the reception is Wednesday evening. So I would guess about 80 works.
Yeah, and when you're choosing these 80 works, is that difficult? Do you have?
I don't do it. It's too difficult for me to do, Paul. So I bring in, I bring an outside helper in. I bring a juror in, who in this case is a girl called Sarah Gwynn, and she's a professor at the University of Central Missouri in Warrensburg. And so she will choose, of all the works that are brought in, she will choose the 80 that she feels best fits the theme of the show. So yeah, it's way too difficult for me.
Right, and you don't want anybody getting upset with you that you didn't choose their piece of artwork. No, everybody has to love Diana Moxon, right?
I'm staying well out of it.
But I would imagine that is pretty tough.
It is difficult. It is difficult. And we work with different jurors on each show because to a degree it is subjective. And in everyone that's juried a show, you try and keep your own personal taste out of it and look at the works that you know are well done or fit the theme. But I mean, it's very difficult. So we always have different jurors.
The last one that you did, what was it? The
Seven
evil
Deadly
thing?
Sins.
No, I was going to say evil. The Seven Deadly Sins. How'd that go?
That went really well. We sold lots of works in the show. It was really well attended. It had a lot of interest from the public, and it's been a great show. That was a really fun one to put on. So every year we do 6 shows, 4 of which are themed, and 2 are open only to members, and they're unthemed and unjuried.
Okay, so this one starts tomorrow.
Eat Me opens tomorrow, and Let Them Eat Art, the fundraising event, is on Thursday, April the 5th. And you'll be able to book that through the website, through ColumbiaArtLeague.org. Okay. Or you know what they can do, Paul? They can give me a ring.
They can ring you up. And what's your number?
443-8838.
Okay, thank you so much, Diana Moxon. Pleasure having you here. Tomorrow, LunaFest and Central Missouri Community Action. Our show directed by Travis McMillan of the Reynolds Journalism Institute. Audio is Pat Akers, KBIA. Our floor director is Danny Madison, and our assistant producer and guest coordinator, Uncle James Mauser. And if you got an idea, a suggestion, something you'd like to hear, drop me an email, pepperp@missouri.edu. I'd love to hear from you.